It was a disappointing overtime loss this past weekend for the Wisconsin Badger football team in a game played at Penn State.
Now it's on to the Big Ten championship game in Indianapolis, a game that will determine where Wisconsin will play in the postseason.
Sports director Professor Jay Wilson is trusty chalkboard.
Yeah.
It's here with the possibilities. We got an upgraded budget here on the trusty
No
chalkboard.
expenses spared. Well, you know, all those political ads we can now.
that's right.
Yeah, we can afford
All
this.
right, so this Saturday.
Yeah. Well, first let's go back to a year ago. Remember
Okay.
that? Wisconsin had defeated Michigan State at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. They were headed to the Rose Bowl. Today's question is, could it happen again? No, because they aren't playing Michigan State. Just kidding. It's pretty simple. They could, in fact, go to the Rose Bowl. It's very simple. The Big Ten championship game is Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The winner of Wisconsin-Nebraska will face the winner of the Pac-12 championship game, which is Friday night at Stanford, UCLA or Stanford. Okay? So if Wisconsin beats Nebraska, it's easy.
They go to the Rose Bowl.
Badgers in the Rose Bowl. But what happens if they don't?
Oh! This new 3D thing is
Yeah.
good,
and
too.
that's
Boy,
okay, so then you go into the pool of other Big Ten bowl eligible teams.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
minute.
second.
Okay, hold on
Mark,
here.
you want to take those out?
They can't.
Now
They're
what?
Not,
Now
they're not eligible.
What
right?
They're not
happened to
eligible.
Ohio State? Why are they
Ohio
not
State
eligible?
had a little bit of a problem where some players traded rings and paraphernalia for tattoos a while back, including Terrell Pryor, people like that. So they are not eligible for the conference championship game, although they won the Big Ten Leaders Division because
They're 12-0.
they could, because they're 12-0 and they won, but they cannot. They're not eligible for postseason play.
Okay.
Who else is not eligible for postseason
Penn
play?
State.
That is correct.
Which one is this?
Those would be the
Okay, I don't know what
the
they're-
Lions there. No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so they cannot go to a bowl game either.
All right.
That leaves us with the three best records in the Big Ten. Now, Michigan State, Purdue, people like that are qualified for bowl games, but for our purposes, we're going to concentrate on the big dogs, as it were. Okay, the Rose Bowl goes to the number one team who wins the Big Ten
So
championship.
Nebraska's over there.
So that's, yeah, again, our premise is that Nebraska won.
Okay.
What happens next? Capital One Bowl in Orlando gets the number two team. It would seem logical that would be Northwestern, wouldn't it?
Right, 9-3.
Nay, nay.
Why not?
Why do we have bowl games?
I don't know.
To sell tickets.
Money.
Don't we? Don't you think glamorous Michigan and the people they might bring might be more attractive? So the theory is,
So they get to pick
yeah.
the Capital
The
One?
bowl
Yeah.
gets okay.
So people are thinking it's going to be Michigan. It might be Northwestern. It's probably going to be Michigan. If it's not, okay. So if Michigan goes there, then the Outback Bowl in Tampa would likely be Northwestern. That's
Yeah,
Orlando.
Outback's in Orlando.
Yeah, the great thing about that bowl game is that the halftime spread for the media is great. Steaks, baked potatoes, a couple of blooming onions, fantastic.
All right.
Well, now what about our Badgers here? The number 4 or 5 team can go to either the glamorous TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl in Jacksonville or the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl in Tempe, Arizona. Now, one would suggest that would be a good halftime spread.
Yeah, you
Oh,
think
yeah.
so?
Here you get software of some sort, I imagine, to prepare your taxes.
A refund of something?
It's believed that Michigan State has the inside track to that one. So if Wisconsin would lose the Big Ten championship game, you might want to start packing for Jacksonville.
Really?
At least that's the theory right now.
What's your prediction? What are you thinking? I mean, you think this
I've
would
lived
be the
here all
year
my
to
life.
go back to the Rose
I think they can
Bowl?
win it. I think they can win it. Brett Bielema said Chris Borland likely back to help the defense out, and the defense has been playing great. They still have Monte Ball has been sensational this year, especially in the second half of the season. And Jared Aberdarius won't play, so at least they have one wide receiver. Now, they only lost by 3 at Nebraska. This is a neutral site game. They figure 3 points at home, even match. Who knows? Maybe they'll win one of these close ones. You never know.
Otherwise, it's.
TaxSlayer.com, baby.
All right, we'll see what happens.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Professor.
thanks. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
We'll be right back. Really, you think it's good?